Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Friday, June 20th, 2025. We're right on the cusp of a new season. Happy summer solstice. Hopefully you're going to have a great weekend. Hopefully you're all doing well. I miss you guys. I'm sorry I've been missing in action, but I have been under the weather. I spent the whole day yesterday in the hospital doing one test after another. So it is what it is. I'm on the mend. I'm feeling much better. But it was like a whole bunch of stuff all happening all at once. I'm glad that I know exactly what's going on. So now I just have to heal. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Just know that this is a collective general reading. It is not a personalized reading. So if you're not aware of the situation, it's most likely not yours, okay? And it can be past, present, and future, and you can change the genders and the roles as you need to throughout the read, okay? Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you for all your well wishes, your love, and your support. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really do. Let's see where we're going to go with this reading, shall we? I tell you, I saw stuff yesterday that I never want to see again. It's crazy out there. The hospital was just so full. One person after another coming in. They had to close the hospital down. They couldn't take on anymore. I've never seen that before in my life. Things are going crazy. I mean, to the point where yesterday one paramedic did a citizen's arrest, tackled some guy that was driving and drinking until the police arrived. And then there was another paramedic that had a seizure. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell's going on with this world? But good for the paramedic that stopped that guy. He's trying to get away, right? I don't know, the world's going nuts quickly. The other thing I want to say is try not to listen to too much of the news, okay? They want us all panicked and scared at this time. They're feeding off our energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please don't be listening to everything on the news. Yes, be informed, but try to live your life as you normally would. Try to keep the fear at bay, because they're fear-mongering right now, okay? It's a pissing contest, okay? They're rattling their swords right now amongst each other, if you know what I'm saying. Just try to keep calm, because they're really trying to get a lot of energy from each and every one of us. So, you know, keep up the upbeat, keep the faith. That is what I want to say. That is what the divine told me. Keep faith, keep it up. Don't pay attention, you know, keep yourself informed, but don't dwell. Just move forward, okay? Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors of the white light, what's the message for the collective at this hour, please? Legal. Lawyer's court paperwork. The overarching energy. Bottom of the deck. Recharge. Breathe. Let go. Clear your mind. So maybe you're just, I don't know, ending some sort of legalities. It could be any kind of thing. It could be divorce, separation, estates. You might be buying a home, selling a home. It could be criminal. It could be anything. But now is your chance, your time to breathe, okay? You could be a lawyer. You could be working in the courts. I don't know. You're cutting ties with people and situations, or a business, or wherever you're working. Freedom, standing up, awaken. Congratulations. You could be dealing with a feminine energy, or you are this feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, mothering, and that could be the divine feminine energy. It could be a soulmate connection coming in, or you're in the midst of one, the twin flame connection, friendship, or a romantic partner. Take it for whatever that is. Not everybody has a twin flame. They're very rare. So it's a soulmate for sure that you're dealing with. Something to do with waves, emotions, worry, and fear. I'm not telling you not to worry, not to fear, not to go through those emotions. It's normal, it's natural. Please do. Get through it as best you can. But don't dwell there. Do not park there, okay? It is normal to go through these emotions if you're going through a divorce or separation. If you need emotional help, please go and seek it. You have firm boundaries now. You're putting up the boundaries. You're keeping it in check. There's enough disrespect here. Somebody was very disrespectful. Enough is enough. Defend yourself. Congratulations. The line's been drawn in the sand. You stay there. I stay here. Legal. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Thank you. Caught up. Somebody got caught up. Finding evidence, getting caught up in cheating. Cheaters never prosper. don't want to hear it. Maybe you didn't want to hear it. Or maybe they don't want to hear it. You caught them. Take it for whatever it is. You know? When you're in love with somebody, if it is a love situation, it could be any kind, really. But when you're in love with somebody and they cheat on you, that's the last thing you want to hear. You know? They're trash. Or they were trashing your name. Throwing away, getting rid of, and tossing out. Everything's falling apart. I get it. Maybe you live with them, you have a home, you have a family. Maybe you work with them, who knows? But everything's falling apart. You can't see the forest through the trees right now. Somebody made some bad choices. Somebody was maybe doing rugs, you know what I'm saying? Somebody was getting a room. A situation's about to explode. Shit's about to pop off and go up in flames. You or somebody else is watching it all go down, enjoying the gossip. Somebody's very envious, though. Very insecure. Very promiscuous. You would have to be, okay? To be acting this way. Sleeps around, free for all. Sleeps around, sleeps with your man or your woman. They have private relationships here. You're too emotionally intelligent to deal with this, okay? You know that whomever you're dealing with is trying to run away from their problems. You kick them to the curb, and it's game over. Okay, thank you, Spirit. For some of you, because you kicked them to the curb, you did what's right for you, what any normal human being would do. They want to hurt you. So they want to sue you for this, that, and the other thing. And steal, I call it stealing. If it's your property, they want half. You know what I'm saying? Take it for whatever that is. Okay. They got caught up. It is what it is. Legal caught up. You might have to get a lawyer. They're going to have to get a lawyer. I just heard that loud and clear. Maybe they don't have the funds. Maybe you've got proof. Maybe you got a private eye involved, or you got absolute proof as to what they were doing. Definitely using and abusing you, or using and abusing your relationship. Legal, caught up. Now remember, this doesn't always have to be love. It could be friends, family, business, noisy sound, information overload, social media, and out of control. So maybe you found it on the proof that you needed online, or maybe they got their friends together and they're all harassing you, spying on you. I don't know. Synchronization, resonance, music, and emotion. So you might want to listen to music to calm and soothe your emotions at this moment. You could be a musician. I don't know. You're elevating your vibrations, or your frequency, I should say. Forgive me, I'm not 100%. But yeah, I think you're elevating. Street. So somebody's for the streets. Words getting around the streets. Somebody could be involved in sports, or, I don't know, they're putting on a big show on the streets with their side piece. Going out for drinks. Liquor, coffee, tea, water, rolling the dice. Took a huge gamble and lost. Take a chance, risk, leap of faith. I think this leap of faith, I think, is you taking a leap of faith. You can't live and die this way. You don't want to. So you're taking initiative. You drew that line in the sand and you put up some boundaries. Good for you. It's change. That's what you need is change right now. Transformation, newborn, evolution. Immortality. You're the phoenix rising, my darling. Resurrection, sublimation, piety, and infinity. You're going to be crowned if you haven't been already. This could be past, present, and future, okay? Owner, master, top level. So I just did one read. I don't know if I'm going to post this. Very much in keeping with this one. You could be a business owner, or you're thinking about going into business for yourself. Or it could be anything in your life that you're taking part of. You're going to master it. And you're elevating. And now they're regretting what they've done. They want to come back in. But it's not based out of love. It's based out of what they can get. Wisdom. You're too wise for this, okay? You've elevated, you've got higher wisdom, you've tapped into it. Prudence, foresight, you have intuition here. Transcendence and perception. So you're dealing with an addict that has addictions here. Drug, alcohol, obsession, toxic attachments. That's what they thrive on. Wow. Maybe in the past you thrived on toxic relationships, okay? Hey, no shade. I attracted nothing but toxic in my life at one point. That's over with. It's because I didn't know my worth or my value. I took people at face value. They said they love me. Yeah, okay. I love you too. You know what I mean? Wanted to believe it so very badly. Not that I was needy or anything, but I thought everybody spoke the truth. I spoke my truth. I didn't think people would out and out say I love you when they didn't mean it. Boy, was I mistaken. I guess I was a little bit innocent, even though I'm not innocent. You know what I'm saying? Legal, caught up, noisy sound. So you're blocking out all the noisy sound, all the noisy people trying to play you. There's a community of people involved. It could be online or, physical in your neighborhood, friends, family. It's about a house, so it's in keeping. And I've shuffled. I don't know if I'll post the first one. There's no need to now. It's the same one, right? So maybe you're fighting over a home, a business, any kind of stability here. Yeah, this person's nothing but a thief, okay? Who wants to be high honor, and they thought because they tapped into your energy, they would be high honor. You worked your ass off for whatever it is that you have. You worked your ass off for just getting to the point where you are, elevating in life, finding out your value and your worth. Why would you give that up to this person? Somebody's got a lot of expectations here. Unfair. They're expecting to reap off of you in your hard work. I'm so done with this type of people. Legal, caught up, noisy sound, and community. It could be a community of people trying to keep you stuck. 39 is 12. You've made a lot of sacrifices potentially for this community. You were generous. You're always there for them. Whether it's family, friends, you know what I'm saying, right? I think some of these people in this community are finding out the truth because they've been lied to by this person about you. And I think some of them feel foolish for listening to somebody say so without proof. You might be getting some messaging or some communication from one or two of these people who feel, maybe they feel bad, I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. All I can say is don't stagnate. Don't go back to the past that hurt you. Don't go back where you got sick type of thing. You know what I mean? Move forward if you can. That's not for all of you. It could be family. You want a family in your life. I don't know. It could be a best friend that turned on you. But if they turn on you, what's that say? You're capable of doing it. You can't trust them, right? They've already put that dagger in your back once. Yeah, you know your value and your worth. You're moving forward. 4 cups in reverse. They're now seeing your value and your worth. Or this ex thinks they still have an option with you, an opportunity with you. They disrespected you. They were ungrateful and, took advantage of you. Yeah, this 9, somebody wanted a life of luxury off your back, okay? They wanted to reap the rewards with little effort. Financial crime could be. Somebody's having financial difficulties. They don't want to be alone. They don't know how to be alone. Oh, boy. Somebody's very unstable. Unstable and insecure. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, there we go. Financial difficulties, bankruptcy. Could be fraud and theft. Definitely not equally yoked, unfair, unbalanced. Lying, cheating, and or stealing. So they could be taking money from you or opportunities or something that's yours and giving it to others. They're now strategizing, trying to strategize a way to escape a situation because they're in trouble. This is a poser, a player. It's the same read. Same cards came out. Somebody that only looks out for themselves. They bit off more than they can chew. They're quick to anger. They're a player. They're a coward. It's all ego, right? It's all pride. They're very arrogant. It's all talk. You know what I'm saying? And you let them go. There's illumination. You might have had to have them arrested at one point, but you overcame this. You let this go. You surrendered it. They can't slow you down or keep you held back any longer. Somebody's angry, though. I'm really picking that up. The lying, cheating, whatever. Yeah. 10 of Wands. They want to unburden themselves, or you made a conscious decision. You're no longer letting this person burden you. You're not going to be taking on their burdens. You ended this cycle. Drop it. They have to drop this, let this go. It's embarrassing and disgraceful, maybe because you left them. They're full of ego, right? And pride. You hurt their ego and their pride, so now they're holding a grudge against you. They're getting let go. They're reckless, they're careless, they're foolish. Fool in reverse. There will be no new beginnings for this person, or they're trying to stop your new beginnings because they're holding a grudge against you. Yeah. You want a second chance. I think they ruined their second chances here. Okay, judgment. They're under divine judgment. This is an aha moment. Come to Jesus moment, you know what I mean? It's a wake-up call for somebody. People are detaching from them, or you have detached. You're not toxic, you're not karmic, and you won't deal with toxic and karmic. You peeped their game. You broke the chains, let's say. You're not toxic, you're not karmic. This is detached from this player energy. They didn't want to let go, it didn't serve. Right? They know that your future does not consist. They don't want to let go of this relationship or this commitment. They don't want to let go of what doesn't serve. Or maybe you at one point didn't want to let go. But you don't see a future with this in this relationship. You certainly don't. They wanted to keep you waiting, maybe keep you going to court. This could be an institution. It could even be a platform. But just keep you in this marriage so they can have all, this is power. They wanted power and control. Trying to control you, using the courts, weaponizing the courts. But you're too strong for them. You know that this person is a karmic. It's all a one-sided deal. False contracts, maybe. It doesn't have to be. They didn't use their higher wisdom. There's no harmony, no peace here. They're getting some consequences. The consequences to their ego and whatever this is you let them go. It's illumination. People are being illuminated as to exactly what kind of character this person is. Rejected and abandoned. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're bored and dissatisfied with life. They're dreaming about a reconciliation, a 3 of Cups, but trust me, it's not out of love. I don't see love here, do you? They rejected you all the time, left you at home, staying at home, waiting for them while they went out and played during this relationship. They preferred the karmic over you, or karmics, because in the last read it was more than one. It is what it is. They're bored and dissatisfied. It's a person that doesn't love themselves, so they look outside themselves for validation, and it doesn't last long. They get bored very easily, right? Truth and clarity. They're being exposed. This is illumination. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. It's all about trust. Maybe they're realizing the people that they're surrounded by, they can't be trusted, or the people that are in their life right now are realizing this person can't be trusted. I don't know. They should have trusted you. The writing's on the wall. Some people are finding out the truth. This could be a private investigator as well, divulging the truth. You're not alone, afraid to be alone. They are. This isn't going to go anywhere. They're unable to be on their own. They're unable to overcome. This is not going anywhere. They don't want to take accountability. They don't want you going anywhere. You remain emotionally balanced, stable, and mature. Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. Loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You showed them nothing but unconditional love. That is unconditional love. Or now they're finding out that they don't want to move, but they're going to have to move in with their mother. But you use your intuition. They want to stop something. Something's not going anywhere here. They're going through a dark night of the soul. They want to come back. I don't know. You were able to put your past hurts behind you. You're not grieving. You're not regretting any longer. You know that this relationship wasn't going anywhere to begin with. They were abusive. Okay, they could have been engaged in criminal activity, endangering you and others possibly by sleeping around. They were very reckless. Yeah, they're sleeping with very promiscuous persons, or they were very promiscuous. They're very abusive. They're very controlling, jealous, hateful, and spiteful. Queen of Wands in reverse. They're not independent. They don't want to be alone, but they want to act like they're in control. They could be a person with a hair trigger temper. Male or female. They use sex to get what they think love is sex. That's what it is. That's how they show their love. That's not love. Yeah, the truth is coming out. They could be doing magic as well. Damn. Unwise counsel. They're angry that the truth is coming out. They didn't use their intuition. There's lack of awareness. The truth's coming out about a partnership here. Or maybe they're finding out that you're going into a new partnership, or you have gone into a new partnership. They can't block this. They made allegations or accusations that were unfounded. They didn't want to fight for you, stand up for you. Somebody's feeling overwhelmed, defeated. You won't compete for them or fight for them. Why would you? Fight for more heartache? Fight to get cheated on again and again and abused and talked about like you were trash. I don't think so. Used. Everything that's yours is theirs. Everything that's theirs is theirs. You know what I'm saying? The value, yeah, they can't block your work. You can't block your success. You put a lot of hard work and effort. You were very diligent into yourself. You mastered your emotions and your craft. Yeah, working with your family, working to make this legacy. This could be generational wealth. It's long-term stability, long-term relations. A lot of money. It's a fall from grace. They don't want you having wish fulfillment. Somebody's maybe putting on an act. They're smug, full of themselves, selfish, or know-it-all, and a show-off. I don't know. They might have taken a lot of your money and spent it on partying. It's a fall from grace. They got demoted or terminated. This is not wish fulfillment. They could be a drinker or do other things, male or female. They could be in their emotions here. Not in control right now. They could be very dangerous, so be careful. This is someone that's very malicious, ruthless, and cruel and careless. They don't care how you feel. It's all them. They're emotionally unavailable, emotionally immature, self-serving, self-absorbed. They're hurting for money. This was unfair. They're in debt. They can't play games with you anymore. It's a poor investment. They never invested in you. Maybe they hurt you financially. You know what I mean? And you let them go. You saw it for what it is. You gain clarity, or other people are gaining clarity upon a situation. They might have to move. They have to relocate. This is bad news. This is a backfire. 8 of Wands in reverse. There's no communication. They're trying to stop your forward motion. So you're not talking to them. You let them go. You're not going to be their victim. You're not mentally conflicted. You're not in denial. This person's unwilling to change. They're resisting change. Okay, it's a permanent, profound ending or loss for them. That's for sure. But it is what it is. Okay. They don't want to change. They don't want to heal. Somebody's contemplating, strategizing. They need to put something to rest with you. They're exhausted here. They've been exposed. 6 of Wands. This is not a victory. Public humiliation, possibly. They're going through a dark night of the soul. Or it's been exposed that you were able to leave the past hurts behind. You're not grieving and growing. Maybe they're going around with, you know, puffing out their chest, going, you're still chasing them. You still love them. No. You've let them go. They're now realizing through all their stupidity, ignorance. Typically, the 5 of Cups, you have 2 cups back here. They still have something left, even though they lost 3 cups here. In this deck, now it's all gone. They're now realizing they've pushed everybody away. They've used them, abused them, lied so many times, cheated. Everything's gone. Yeah, they might be scared. There's a lot of lies and illusions here. They're a gold digger and a cloud chaser. This is change. They're afraid of change. It is what it is. This is divine timing. This is fated. Okay? You used your intuition. Now they're questioning how you changed, maybe. Them and or these people they're dealing with. You're very fortunate, okay? It's because this is destined. You had to go through these trials, these lessons. I hate to say it. We all go through it. I'm not minimizing your pain, but we go through these situations to help us elevate and to teach us these lessons. To teach us our worth and our value, especially if we give too much of ourselves to others. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not putting anybody down for that. It's our love language. Not everybody's like that. They take advantage of it, right? So we have to be able to say no. Love ourselves enough to say, no, you know what? You're not taking any more from me. It's not equally yoked. It's not an equal give and take. Why would I want anything to do with this? Yeah, it's a love bomber. They have casual hookups everywhere. Wearing a mask, very insincere. Yeah. Gaslighting, mind games. It is what it is. You took the high road, you walked away with your head held high. They don't want this conflict right now. They're fighting and finger pointing and blaming everybody in the past. They're trying to gaslight everybody they're dealing with. They'd love to come back and gaslight you. But you let it go. You're not dealing with it. Yeah. You're faithful. You're committed. You're reliable, resilient. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. They're trying to slow you down, hold you back. They feel entitled, very argumentative and combative, abusive. So be careful. They think their shit doesn't stink. Could be some forgery going on. They want a payment. Yeah, you gave too much of yourself, and or they're very toxic and karmic, male or female. They're very greedy and selfish and jealous and controlling and possessive. Not a nice person. And they betrayed you. Or that's what they claimed you were. Trying to hold you back so people don't talk to you. People won't have anything to do with you. Could even be in business, right? Giving you a bad name. You're going to sue them. Whatever this is nothing but betrayal. It's a harsh and painful end for them. It could be a doppelganger involved as well. I don't know. Third party situation, a contract, a collaboration. You're working hard here. You've mastered something. There's cooperation. People want to come in and help you. Maybe somebody in the equations found out the truth and they want to come in and help you. See, they were painting a portrait of you, male or female, but in a different light. Now people are seeing they were deceived. They see you for who you are. Now they want to come in and help you. Now that you need the help, maybe you don't. Maybe you do. I don't know. It's definitely, they see your value and your worth now. Oh, everything you went through. It was unfair, uncalled for. Yeah, somebody's not able to move on. They didn't want you to move on. They want your help now, possibly. Somebody's in trouble. You overcame, persevered, and you put up some boundaries. There you go. They can't come near you. Somebody's very defensive. There's a lot of emotional wounding. They're trying to block your wish fulfillment or your healing. Star in reverse. Somebody's stuck in their self node. They have no faith. No value system. No pride. I mean, they have the bad pride. Yeah, the conscious awareness. You are manifesting something. They're trying to block off your manifestations, that's for sure. Or block somebody from taking action. You're manifesting something new. You're co-creating with the divine. You have conscious awareness. You have all the tools you need for success. This is a go card. And somebody's jealous of you. They lied. They were vindictive and vile and spiteful. A gold digger and a cloud chaser. They could have lied about some sort of money or an opportunity that was yours. People are now seeing through the illusions, or they wanted you to have no options so that you'd come back to them, or now they have no options. They want to come back to you. I don't know. They were talking mad shit here. It's all illusions. You healed your heart. This is a blessing in disguise. They wanted you to come crawling back to them and give them everything that you gave them, but more. And to allow them to get away with whatever they were doing. No, I don't think so. Yeah. You avoided catastrophe here by healing your heart and moving on. This could be ruin. They wanted to ruin you by shit-talking you, right? There's a lot of emotional, mental, verbal, and psychological abuse. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, and mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet, and you were guided by your intuition. This was unconditional love. For others, yes, but for yourself as well. Congratulations, male or female. You have the biggest cup of love here in the deck. So something, yeah, this was an imbalance. This was unfair. They wanted to cause imbalances in your life. You knew what they were doing was wrong. Now, yeah, because they wanted you to come back. Now they want to come back. I don't know. Or they might be just digging in their heels, or they're refusing to move on if they're living in a home that you shared with them and they don't want to move on. It's a losing proposition. Yeah, it's a home. It's their family. They want their stability back because you're stable and secure. Page, Queen of Pentacles beneath that in the upright. There you go. They're stuck in their head. This is self-imposed. Feeling trapped. They could have wound up with a third party. Moved in with them because you broke up or something like that. They're not working, or somebody's not working. They're having a hardship, financial hardship. They can't pay their way. Could be going to jail, or they feel like they're in jail with this other person. They got to let this person go. They're feeling very insecure. They can't hold back from you any longer. If they're withholding money, a home, a business, they have no protection. They can't seem to save any money with this person or this person. They can't, yeah, they're not holding back anymore. They want to come contact you in some way. This is good news for you. You let this person go. This was good news for you. Somebody's going to contact you and tell you that they were scapegoating you. This could be a home record they were dealing with. End of a family or a group. There will be no reconciling. There was a lot of trauma bonding. Something to do with children, loss of children. This is unrequited love, and you know it. And you spoke your truth, or you will. There we go. New beginnings. This is a breakthrough for you. There's communication that's coming through. There will be no reconciling. You're at peace. Somebody could be trying to do shut-up spells on you, or maybe you haven't spoken your truth. Somebody doesn't want you to speak your truth. I don't know. There's a lot of wisdom at the top of that sword, though. You speak very wisely. There you go. You're the truth. You're stable and secure. You're very generous, male or female. You're abundant, hardworking. This could be a husband card. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. You're very balanced. You're healthy. You're balanced. You're a teacher. You've elevated. You've ascended. This is conflict resolution. You poured that love into yourself because they weren't pouring it into you. You're divinely guided and protected, by the way. You bossed up, or this is somebody new coming into your life, or this is you. You bossed up and you took back your power. They now know, or they're sensing that something beautiful is happening in your life. They want to come back in and boss up off of you. They want to reconcile with you. Male or female, doesn't matter. Yeah, and see, now he's in reverse. It's all about power, control, and ego. This is a tyrant. This is a bully. It's all about their image. It's about how they appear in front of everyone. They show off. They want the attention. They give their power away. They could be involved in corruption. There will be no reconciling. They were spreading egregious gossip about you. Now they're losing their friends here because their friends they're now seeing that it was all gossip they were saying. Yeah, they were draining people. This is heartless and cruel. They're coming across as heartless and cruel, showing no compassion. Not happy, no new beginnings. This is no self-love here. There's no love amongst whomever they were with. Yeah, they're worried. They can't eat or sleep. They're really worried. They're burdened. They really put you through it. They're unfaithful. They can't be trusted. They're jealous. They don't know their value and their worth. And that's why they treated you the way they treated you. Somebody you can't trust. They're a gold digger and a clout chaser. They go where the money and the clout and the opportunities are. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the attention. And that they're with people very much like themselves, they don't want the party, the gravy train to end, let's say. And they get energy by bringing you down. You're going to get a lawyer. They're going to be broke after this. There we go. Finding out that they were jealous and abusive, petty and cruel. They lied, spread rumor, gossip, and slander. There we go. They're stalking and or harassing you online possibly, and you're innocent. And they kept doing this over and over again. Didn't want to stop. Didn't want to learn a lesson. This is a humongous clapback. They're in their self. No, this is not wish fulfillment. They could be feeling ashamed of themselves. They don't want this coming out into the open. You have a new beginning. Somebody's taking action here. You took action. You blocked them. There we go. And this is, yeah. They're taking action. This is going to be a big surprise. They bore false witness against you. Okay? This is bad financial news. Didn't want to learn a lesson. They're in debt. They're going to be in debt. It's not looking good for them. Let's see where we're going to go. So legalities, you're going to be able to recharge after this. Congratulations. Somebody got caught up. And they're going to have to pay the price for what they've done. They're going to have to answer for it. They don't want to hear it. That's too bad. Noisy sound. They might be surrounding themselves with partying, lots of people, so they don't have to think about it. Or maybe there's a lot of noisy sound around you. They're trying to distract you. I don't know. Synchronization. Try to calm yourself. Listen to some calming, soothing music. Raise your vibrations. Don't look back. There's a community involved, whether online or a family or your friends. Something to do with a home, stability, or a business. Okay. Somebody wants your home. They want you out of your home. They want you homeless. They want to steal your home. I don't know. So they might have had a third party move in with them. Who knows? At the end of the day, they're nothing but a piece of, what deck do you want me to use? Okay, we'll use these. I'm getting hot right now. I'm going to go lie down. Thank you for being here. Where are we going with this, please, angels? Spirit, where are we going with this bat? Take care. Enemies are working against you. So you know they are. Okay, just ignore them if you can or call the police. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. I think you have that and you've done very well up in, and keep going. I was going to say up until now. No, don't stop. Keep going. July. So this might come to a close next month, a couple of weeks from now. Could be your birthday, their birthday. Ego. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. So whatever obstacles they try to place in front of you, that's going to be eradicated, okay, by July. Finger. Warning you of a problem either now or in the future. That could be for you, but I'm really picking up this is for them. It could be one of their own fingering them, and I get your head out of the gutter. in terms of, okay, they're going to rat on them, what they said, what they did, what they were planning. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Congratulations, stay there, okay? Crib, it has something to do with a home. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Could be a child coming, or maybe they're going to find out they have a child coming. That child wasn't made with love, that's for sure. Or it's a business. You might be fighting over a business, I don't know. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. Somebody could have lost. Yeah. My condolences. Listen, if you live a life with drugs and alcohol, toxicity, day in, day out, year after year, you're bringing that into your life. You're manifesting negativity, toxicity into your life. I'm not saying you deserve it. I'm not saying that at all. But we all have to do better, okay? If we want better for ourselves and our loved ones, we have to do better. Cat, two-faced friend was involved. And I think this friend wants to contact you. Pin, new job, career. That could be for you. When I saw pin, somebody was trying to pin something on you. Dog, far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. It doesn't say whether they're thinking good thoughts or bad, but this friend is thinking about you. Skull, hidden secrets can harm you. So there's a lot of hidden secrets. It's coming out to light. It's coming out into the open. I think you already know. If this is your story, you damn well know. Okay, so this is the legalities. Let's see where this is going to go. With this money. I don't know. I'm just feeling tired. So I've been drifting in and out, sleeping here and there. I went for a walk. It's good to get out of the house, you know what I mean? See different faces. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Maybe somebody out there needs to hear that. If you've been shut in for a while, get out there just for a walk. It changes your mood. It really does. Thank you. Oh boy, got 3. Secret stash. Hiding your assets. So somebody's hiding assets, saving for emergencies, wise planning and protection. Either somebody was hiding assets, or this is just advice for you to hold on to your money, save as much as you can if you can. It's hard nowadays. Keep money aside just in case, okay? So diluted. Trouble with cash flow, not finding opportunities, embrace radical change. So this could be for you, or this is what you went through because of this breakup. You had to downsize, you had to make cuts in your life, and it hurts. You know what I mean? You had to go without, you had to work even harder. You were worried, you were stressed, but that is all going to fade away now. Everything is temporary in this world. Okay? If we keep doing the same bad decisions, making bad choices over and over again, then things won't change. It potentially could get worse. But as long as you enact that change, you have it in your heart, in your mind to do so, one step at a time even. Take your time. Everybody's on different timing. You'll get there eventually, okay? So depleted. So somebody depleted the coffers here, okay? Feeling financially drained, out of viable options, recharge and regroup. It's a slow process, but change is here, okay? It's temporary. Perfection, wisdom, perfectionism. So somebody thinks you think you're perfect or something like that. You got a lot of wisdom. You're not perfect. Nobody is. Me included. But this is, you acquired wisdom through all this pain and this hardship. And you're not going to go back, are you? I'm a stubborn person. I have learned multiple lessons over and over again because hard head. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I have to learn my lessons. We all do. Some people are lucky to learn the lesson once. Unlike me. I over and over again. I can guarantee you, I'm not going back to the past. I've learned. Getting too old for this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I like peace. I value my peace. Where are we going with this? Widower. You could be a widower, or you're dealing with one, or they were planning on being a widower. You know what I'm saying? Surprise. Somebody got trapped. Somebody got ensnared in something. Trying to trap you. Somebody who's trolling you. If you're not familiar with fishing, that's trolling, right? Yeah, this is a foe. Somebody got caught up. Somebody's in their thoughts. They're thinking back how faithful you were to them. I should have been faithful. I could have been a contender. Maybe it's a friend and your ex. I don't know. Something to do with a wedding. So somebody married a friend, or this is you, or they're thinking back of your marriage, your commitment. It doesn't have to be marriage, but I should have just played it the right way. Somebody's very haughty. They wanted attention here. They did everything for attention. All eyes on them, right? Peacocking. They were bragging. Maybe they did want to take you out or something. I don't know. But this is over. This is the Phoenix rising death, right? Constant. Maybe they're constantly saying they wanted to take you out, looking for somebody to do something. I don't know. Wife. You could be this wife, or this is your wife that was doing it. Lots of misfortune. They could have wound up with a third party, okay? Because in the last read, it was like an escort. They were with a couple of escorts. It's nothing but misfortune right now. They wished misfortune or tried to bring misfortune into your world. Consolation. They want you to console them now. Yeah, this is an enemy. And they're a thief. It is what it is. You already know. And I think you're wise enough, but just in case, you know, if they try to come back into your orbit, your energy, your world, they're just going to bring more bullshit into your life. Maybe this time they will take you out if that's what they're planning on doing. Maybe they will burn down your home or bring more misfortune into your world. Maybe they're looking at you. Well, I don't love them because I don't see love anywhere in these cards. But they did bring me stability. I was able to go out and show off. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. I can't tell you what to do, but I think you already know. I hope this finds you well. And until next time, I love you guys. Take care.